All right, y'all, your Knuckle Big Rucker back at you again. This is part 2 of our Action Force overview. Up next and on deck, you see we've got Rollout. You see the packaging, just like before, same deal. You've got a clear view of the figure and the accessories. You got Action Force, and then of course along the banner below, you have Rollout, and off to our right, the Valaverse logo. You got the Action Force logo again, and the Action Force symbol down below. On the back, you've got the figures in Series 2, all of the figures, including 2 Bravo or 2B. You've got Rollout, Trigger, Sergeant Slaughter, Duster, Scarabs, and the Garrison Cavalry. And 2B will be Garrison Cavalry and Trigger, which we do not have yet. They should be out in a few months. You have the specs on Rollout as well as the readout. The specs on Rollout are as follows. His file name is Seams, Gregory R. His primary specialty is 11 Alpha Infantry. And secondary skills, 2 Bravo Air Assault, and 5 Quebec Pathfinder. Birthplace, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Rank and affiliation, he's a first lieutenant. Action Force. His readout is Gregory Seams enlisted in the Army the day after graduating high school. He qualified for a college scholarship and entered the ROTC program on a 6-year enlistment. While in college, he attended basic combat training at Fort Benning, Georgia, his first summer, followed by airborne school his next. He set his sights on becoming a ranger, and upon graduating, that's exactly what he did. His time in the 75th was cut short due to the fall of the Union, and after the splintering of the country, Seams found himself looking for a better way to serve. That service came in the form of private security for a Republic governor. After a skirmish took the life of this governor, Rollout was again in need of work. When Action Force was formed, Rollout was one of the few at the top of the recruitment list. Although he tended to butt heads with other team members, it did not stop Rollout from being one of the best at carrying out a mission. Rollout quickly became a senior ranking member of Action Force. So that's the second time there was a referral to the dissolution of the Union or the fall of the United States. So I guess in the Action Force universe, the Valaverse, the United States is no more. That's very interesting. Turning the box, you've got some artwork of Rollout. It says Rollout 02-07. And of course, back to the front, you've got the same thing. Action Force at the top and legalese at the bottom. And now it's time to get Rollout out of his packaging. Before we take a look at Rollout, we'll look at his accessories once again as they're there in the clamshell. He comes with a knife that is actually in the clamshell. If you recall, Duster's knife was on him, and we've got the knife here. He comes with an additional head sculpt, which is cool, a helmet, night vision goggles, his weapon, and he also comes with 3 additional pair of hands. Same as Duster, he's got a couple of cuppers, a couple of C grips, and a couple of fists. He comes out of package with trigger finger hands, and he also comes with an Action Force base. And here we have Rollout on our rotating platter, giving you a 360-degree visual of the figure. And at first glance, he is definitely a bit more colorful than Duster was. First glance is you see his holster on his right leg. You'll see that it is filled with a weapon. He came out of package with his weapon already in his holster, and he also has magazines just like Duster did. Duster came out of package with his knife already in its sheath, and Rollout has come out of package with his weapon already holstered. He's got a very nice looking vest. I'm feeling this vest. It has some nice paint apps, which we'll see when we get him up close. The back has got some nice paint apps too. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get him up close. And yeah, looking pretty good right there. So I will tell you this, that the vest comes off the same way that it did on Duster, so I'm not going to put you guys through that again. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at Rollout. So here we have Rollout up close and personal, and looking out from head to toe. Obviously he's African American, and he's bald, so don't have to worry about checking out if he's got a wash in his hair. But he is sporting the the mustache beard connect there, and the paint apps are good there, and on the eyebrows, great on the eyes themselves. Going down the figure, you can see that underneath the vest, his top half is molded in gray. The shirt is basically gray, and the butterfly joints, which my apologies, I did not mention with Duster that during the articulation portion that these figs do come with butterfly joints as well. My bad. But that portion of the figure molded in looks like a teal, and the top of the shoulder is that blue, that teal. The same thing looking at the back there, you can see that there. As far as the vest, that the detail I was talking about, you can see the Action Force emblem right there, and then around it you see all kinds of silver scuff marks. I think that's mad cool. You can see the emblem, and you see all the scrapes right there. This is all intentional. It's not bad paint apps at all. Same thing with that lower portion of that part of the vest there, and look at this side. Look at the scrapes like that. It looks so good because it looks like it's random. I would not be surprised if this is not repeated, the same pattern on another figure. I'll have to investigate, and I can, because yeah, I've got two. You see the magazines right there, just like Duster had. They are removable. Looking at the rest of the vest, you can see that he has patches and pouches, and he's got right here what I would assume is also a first aid kit, just like Duster had one on his leg. And you see some nice coloring right there. I don't know what that's supposed to signify, but it's within what appears to be a strap that's holding it down, so it is something. I just couldn't tell you what that yellow is supposed to signify. But yeah, he's got zipper right there for the zip up of his vest, so you can see that his vest is supposed to be front zipper, which is cool. Looking at the back, you can see that you've got some line work right there, and going to the back of that vest, you can see more of the scrapes. That is just I'm truly loving that attention to detail. I mean, look at that. That just looks great. Talking about wear and tear, that is just awesome to me. You can see further down the back, like I said, this is it. It'll come apart right there, the vest, if you want to remove it. He's got a sheath for his knife, and looking at the other side there, like I said, you know, his weapon, he came out of packaging with his weapon already on him, and yes, it's not sculpted, it's an actual accessory, so that's cool. And you got some nice deco there with the holster, and on both sides. This is what I would think would be his first aid kit. So he does have it on his leg. So I do not know what this would be for, but obviously it's a utility, so pretty cool. Going down, you see that his lower half is molded in like a beige, and he's got the gray knee pads, and he's got boots. You see the straps, the laces. There's no paint apps on the laces, which is unfortunate. Guess can't have it all. But and then there's his boots. Looking at the back, same deal. And there we have, we've got Rollout. As far as articulation, like I said with Duster, these guys are going to have essentially the same articulation. There are some differences, like for instance with Rollout, and I'll just cover that. With his feet, he does, because his pants are cuffed into his boots, and his boots are exposed. Unlike Duster, he's got a boot cuff, so that does swivel there. The other thing too is, of course, he can get his ankles to pivot up. His ankle actually pivots further up than Duster's does, and it has a better ankle pivot. So that's different and definitely much better. And of course, holds the bottom of his feet. His Rollout with his additional head sculpt, it covers his full face and just his eyes, and the upper ridge of his nose pokes out, and of course brandishing his firearm. I will also say this, so far with Duster and now with Rollout, they're relatively easy to stand up. And I mean, when you're trying to do dynamic poses and stuff, the feet are they're wide enough. You know, the boots, they're wide enough that it makes it pretty not too problematic to pose them, which is very nice. Some other toy lines could learn a thing or two from that. I figured I'd mention that Rollout's weapon fitting in the holster, it fits snugly, unlike Duster's, which is in there loose. If you were to turn Duster upside down, it would fall out. But as you can see here, it's in there nice and snug. So just thought that you guys might want to know that. Just trying to be thorough. So here we have Rollout equipped with his weapon, which I believe is a modified M4 with a suppressor. I'm not crazy up on my weapons, but I do believe that that's what Rollout is sporting. I couldn't tell you what Duster was sporting. Hopefully I'll find that out before I get to the end of this series. But anyway, you see that he has, meaning Rollout here, he's sporting a helmet with his night vision goggles. His night vision goggles are, as far as the lenses, are a different color than Duster's. Duster's was just plain, I believe his was just black, or even just holes for all I can. I'd have to look at them again, but you see that Rollout's lenses, they're blue, and going around you see he's equipped with his knife, as you can see there, and it fits in and out pretty nicely. You see it can just go in and it'll slide out, so that's pretty cool right there. Fully back around, you see his firearm is back in its holster, and yeah, that's our guy Rollout. And so to sum my man Rollout up, I am loving the colors on him. The teal shirt and the darker teal vest is banging. The paint apps on the vest, they're just crazy to me. I'm loving that, both front and back. From what I understand, either the vest or even this entire buck is the same used for Steel Brigade. The reason I say it like that is because, as I stated in the first part of this series, and link to that video will be in the description below. What I said about that was I I wasn't able to get Steel Brigade or the Stormtrooper with my order for Series 1, so I don't really know the what on Steel Brigade, but from what I've heard, it's either the same figure or it's the vest. Once again, any of you guys that are up on it, please let me know in the comments below. But anyhow, this is our guy Rollout. I'm loving. I already said I love the color of the vest and his shirt. Can't say enough about the accessories. The articulation is just banging. The overall look of the figure is great. I'm loving these pinless elbows and knees. It's great. The accessories, can't say enough about those. So we're gonna move on to part 3, y'all. So I'll see you there on the other side. All right.